How you doing, guys? This is Richie. So, I pulled out Concrete, Killer's Smile. This is from 1994. Paul Chadwick. As I'm sure, if you're watching this video, you know all about Concrete already. Probably, I'm assuming. I discovered Concrete in the early 90s and fell in love with it. Not for everybody. It's not real high action or superhero based, but definitely some interesting stories. Some stuff that modern day pertains to stories and trials and tribulations. So, Concrete is waiting to go on a lecture with his buddy. What was his name? Larry, I believe. So Larry's gassing up at a gas station and meets a young, attractive woman at the pump. She seems pretty peculiar. Next thing he knows, he's kidnapped at gunpoint. And a woman's boyfriend is forcing him into the car. They decide there's gasoline all over the place. He throws a match out, destroys the gas station, lights it up on fire. So here comes Concrete because it's right around the corner from where he lives. So he comes running around. I like that panel. And saves somebody from inside. They hose him down. He's worried about his eyes getting burnt out, so he protects his eyes and rushes in there and finds somebody. So Larry's, I guess you could say, is a weak man, a cowardly man. But in these circumstances, I guess you could understand. And he's constantly second guessing himself as they're taking him away to do God knows what. So he keeps thinking to himself, should I jump out of the car? Should I do this? But the guy's got a gun pointed to his ribs. So he has no choice but to go along for the ride. And that's the first issue. Issue number 2. And these are great. These are nice cardstock covers. This is great production value. I like that. I like the paper. It's like a matte paper. Good production value. All right, number 2. So they roll up. The cops are at the gas station trying to figure out what happened. They realize something's going on. Larry's driving the getaway truck for these people. And he sees a cop, so he starts panicking. What should I do? This, that. Should I signal to him? So what he does is he gives him the finger. Back to Concrete. That's a great panel. Gives him the finger. The cop sees it. Of course, he's going to get jerky over it. Back to Concrete. He's worrying over his buddy. Why isn't he there? What's going on? What's going on with this fire? So the cop tells him, yells, pull over, and they take off. Now Concrete's going to the police officer. It's constantly back and forth. 2 pages Concrete, 2 pages Larry. Cop gets into an accident while he's chasing him down. So Larry's probably feeling, oh man, look at this destruction, and he's worried about whether or not the people are okay. Is the cop okay? Yeah, he's gotten out at least. He's checking the other driver. Concrete's calling around, trying to his connections in the police department. And they can't really figure out what's going on just yet. Another great splash. I like those thick lines around it. It gives him that like weighty feeling. Like he looks heavy. It feels heavy. Man, Chadwick was great. Does he do anything anymore? I never see anything by him. I wonder what he's up to. You don't hear about him anymore. I'm assuming he's still alive. And it's more of the same. They're trying to find now they're looking for another car. So they're driving around, looking around. They find this house, like on a hill. They figure, we'll dump the truck down there. We'll light it on fire. Nobody will know. The cops will be distracted, taking care of the fire. They'll be wondering what the hell's going on. Probably not the brightest idea. So here we go. They haven't been found. There's no outlet from where they are that isn't covered. I don't believe it. I can't go in your car. I weigh 1,200 pounds. We'd bottom out. So the cops come to pick him up in a regular car. He needs a pickup truck. Or maybe a heavy-duty van or a box truck or something to get around in because he's so heavy. He's made of concrete. Now they start telling the history of the people who are basically kidnapping him. And the guy's he had a rough life. His father beat on him, tortured him a little bit. And he started killing bugs and acting up at a young age. He met a friend, he had a buddy, and next thing you know, his buddy got into a car accident, was killed. So the guy's had a hard life. Is that an excuse to go pillaging, raping, and robbing? No. But that's the end of issue 2. Issue 3, great cover. Oh yeah, I forgot. Wow, I haven't thought about the Legend imprint for Dark Horse in a long time. Jeez, that was in the early 90s. I was a very young man then. Now I've turned into like an old douche. So, they're still looking. Still trying to figure out what's going on. And I like that they, over here for the new reader, they tell you the story of what already came place just in case you missed it. And I almost would prefer if this was in black and white. Elizabeth Chadwick did the color, so I'm assuming that's his wife. So they're in this house. He's begging to go to the bathroom. He's got to go to the bathroom. He's got to go. He goes into the bathroom, and the homeowner is in the bathroom hiding out in the tub with a gun. So Larry can't catch a break. Back to Concrete. He's still looking around. He's trying to get a vehicle so he could go searching for his buddy. So the guy ties up Larry. Larry fights back. Gets the gun out of the guy's hand. Tells him to be quiet, not to move, and leaves him in there. Concrete gets a guy in a pickup truck. Tries to bribe him. The guy says, "Don't worry about it. I'll do it for free." So now he's getting driven around behind the cops. Larry and his 2 kidnappers get the homeowner's car and they take off. But as they're taking off, a helicopter spots them. He ain't getting away that easy. Obviously, the kidnapper's an idiot. The girl is kind of just like one of them dopey follower man, doing anything, anytime, anywhere type people. So he checks his truck because it is Concrete's truck, I believe, empty. Brush fire starts, so the police and everybody's trying to get rid of that problem. Now they start telling the story of the girl's past. And her mom was nice until the father left. And she has her own set of problems. She's damaged goods, with daddy issues. Probably we all know what that's like. There's no shortage of them out in the world. So father leaves them $500, leaves the house. The mother turns into a nagging, old, beat-up woman. She gets away from her mom and blah, blah, blah. So here's Larry. He's shooting at the helicopters. He's trying to get away. Well, Larry's not shooting. The other maniac is shooting. And here comes Concrete. Blasts into the back of a cop car, and he's just about to flatten everybody in the cop car, but just angles out of the way and doesn't kill anybody. That's the end of number 3. Number 4. Nice cover. Not a bad cover. So, they drive into this junkyard. Now, I'm going to spoil it if you don't want to see what happens at the end of a 26-year-old comic book. Then I'd say, tune out. But wow, another great page. I like the paneling like this. This is definitely different. So they shoot up the car. Concrete's pissed off because he's been trying to tell the cops, listen, this is my buddy. You guys got to be careful. He's innocent. He's not a kidnapper. He's not trying to kill anybody. He's not a thief. He just somehow got caught up in this. They're not sure how. Cops aren't listening. So he sees the car on fire and he rips it apart to see if Larry's in there. Nobody's in there. And there they are running away, trying to hide in this garbage dump. The kidnapper looks like he's going to start shooting at the helicopter. Here comes Concrete. He's getting closer and closer. Boom. She gets caught in something. Or she's getting shot at and she falls and they get separated. The woman gets separated from them. Here comes Concrete. He's getting aggravated because the cops just aren't listening. And here we go. Here's a face-off between Larry and the kidnapper. He's telling him, take off your sweater. Now, Larry's still got the gun from the guy in the house of the car that they just stole. You know, that he wrestled the gun away from. So Concrete's going to build like a shield or rip a car door or whatever off and use it as a shield. These guys, they are at a Mexican standoff. But Larry just can't pull the trigger and he hands over the gun. Turns out the kidnapper's gun was empty. But Larry doesn't know that. And here comes Concrete. And he hits Concrete a few times, but he's Concrete. It's not going to kill him. I enjoyed this. This was the best part of the whole series. When he tells him, listen, this is an important moment in your life. I'm not a cop. I don't care about rules. That's my best friend you got there. First thing I'm going to do is twist off your lower legs. Just like you twist off a turkey drumstick. Then I'll apply tourniquets so you don't die. Then I'll remove your forearms. 2 more tourniquets. Then I'll scoop out your eyes with my finger. Then your tongue and your teeth. They'll have to feed you like a baby. You won't even be able to kill yourself. So that doesn't sound too appealing, so I'm thinking the kidnapper's going to back down. He goes to put a bullet in his own head. Larry gets his courage up and knocks him down to the ground. Grabs the gun, and he's about to shoot him dead. He's freaked out. He's been through a lot of mental trauma. If you've never had, been involved with violence or bad things or crime or anything, that stuff like that happening to you will, it'll turn you crazy real quick. But Larry didn't realize that safety was on, and he doesn't know anything about firearms, so the guy's able to walk away. Didn't shoot him after all. As they're walking away, the woman, when she was in a refrigerator, coming out, is getting stung by hornets. She's coming out screaming. They don't really say if she survived or not. But now poor Larry is having crazy nightmares. See him over here at the end. The nightmares kept coming. Poor guy. And that's it. I liked it. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I'm sure there's plenty of Concrete fans out there. But this was an enjoyable 4-issue. I picked it up on my comic shop a while back, probably for cheap, but just an interesting tale. I'll be picking up more Concrete. Like I said, I haven't read any of this stuff since it came out in the 90s. But, all right, thanks for watching, guys. I'll catch you later.